And Indiana Fever guard Caitlin Clark has just inked a multi-year sponsorship deal with Wilson.
We're about to break down why Caitlin Clark's merch is selling like hotcakes while Aja Wilson's gathers cobwebs. You'll see exactly how this rookie is shaking up the WNBA market. And trust me, the numbers are going to blow your mind. Did you honestly think Aja Wilson was impervious to criticism? This newcomer is flying off the shelves, just like courtside seats at the championships. The WNBA retail market is being disrupted by rookie sensation Caitlin Clark. But how is she doing it exactly? We can talk about Clark's collegiate academic successes. She was a walking highlight reel at Iowa, breaking record after record. As she brings her feisty play to the WNBA, fans are going crazy for her. Her skill on the court is undoubtedly remarkable, but that's not all. Remember the times when new products would sit on store shelves for days at a time? Not anymore. Items created by Clark are going through stock more quickly than a three-pointer. It was stated that her products sold out in minutes. That new basketball with her name on it finished in less than 30 minutes. Clark is the best deal in town, and it seems like the sales started earlier than normal. I understand your thought process, so what? New players usually generate some excitement. Things are starting to get crazy now.
Then maker of the WNBA's official basketball.
Yeah, so here's what it is. The signature ball will be gold and white. You see it here. It has personalized engravings of the Indiana Fever star. Look at that. That's pretty cool.
The product of AJ Wilson remains clearly displayed, whereas the merchandise of Clark is virtually disappearing before your own eyes. Use an empty gym as an analogy instead of a crowded arena. Why is there a difference in demand? Stunning is a mild understatement. Oh, please wait a moment. It goes beyond only Clark's personal brand. Like King Midas, whatever she comes into contact with turns golden. What about her Iowan teammates? Additionally, their jersey sales have skyrocketed. Success follows Clark everywhere he goes. She seemed to have a mystical touch. And you ought to see this if that impacted you. Remember that basketball game I mentioned earlier? The one that vanished in the span of a single glance? It is obviously not selling well. Nope, it's making another appearance on the secondary market.
Clark will also test, advise, and give feedback on a range of basketball gear for Wilson.
The killer, though, is that $24.95 ball. At this time, prices can reach $200. More than just demand, you're displaying signals of desperation. People are willing to spend 8 times as much to have a chance at experiencing Clark's enchantment. The WNBA playbook is being updated by Clark, but not everyone is keeping up. Aja Wilson's league representing days are long gone. Her jersey sales are so bad right now that she doesn't even rank in the top 5. Why has everything changed in such an amazing way? We must talk about Aja Wilson's merchandising predicament. It's not just unimpressive, but incredibly unexpected. Champions equipment is collecting dust, whereas beginners equipment vanishes in a couple of minutes. Having dominated the Royal Court for years, Wilson is currently just 5th in terms of clothes sales. 5th, I'm right. Her wares are suddenly not selling well, even though she is the league's dominant player. The question, how on earth did this happen? Maybe on your mind. Wilson's losing her touch is just one aspect of the issue. Clark completely changes how things go. Products from Wilson are hardly making an impression on the internet, whereas items from Clark are becoming extremely popular. It's like watching the world premiere of a major motion picture in a mostly empty theater because of how much of a difference there is. But this is when the interesting part starts. Here, not every t-shirt and jersey are created equal. The topic is the development of the WNBA. Wilson's inability to market items suggests a significant shift in the league rather than a simple sales issue. The engagement of fans is changing quickly. Nowadays, players who gain fans' affection off the court are just as valuable as those who excel on it. What caused Wilson's merchandise collapse then? Maybe there are several contributing elements. Maybe her ad campaign isn't yielding the expected outcomes. Perhaps she isn't making the same kind of connection with her audience as she used to. When she was hooping the basketball, outstanding as usual. However, that might not be enough in the modern WNBA. A trustworthy insider stated, "Her jersey situation is shocking to me. It tells you all you need to know about who's moving the needle in the league." Oh no, when a superstar player can't move shirts, it's more than just a sales problem. It's all about your level of popularity. This assault on goods is changing the WNBA power structure. These days, figuring out who has the best game is less essential than figuring out who can create the most excitement, pack venues, and empty online storefronts. Furthermore, A'ja Wilson isn't that player right now. Think about it. If league MVP and champion A'ja Wilson can't increase clothing sales, his endorsement deals could be in risk. Is that her signature shoe? A reviewer said, if A'ja Wilson can't sell to the point of getting a signature shoe, well, why put one out? Regretfully, in the world of professional sports, marketability often wins out over inherent talent. Do you consider the effect a rookie has on a professional league? Think about it again. In addition to driving up ticket sales, Clark's presence is exposing structural flaws in the WNBA. What possible effects might these fissures have on women's basketball? And how big are they? We can now talk about the Clark effect. More than just the merchandise selling like hotcakes is involved. The youthful player is making a WNBA-wide commotion. Not everyone is happy with it, though. As usual, Gilbert Arenas revealed all while talking about the WNBA players' responses to Clark. He says there's a lot of staring going on. Why? For all that, Clark is the center of attention, and that attention is shining a negative light on everyone else.
A big deal, because the only other athlete to be a brand ambassador for Wilson was Michael Jordan. Hello. So they are really particular about who they want their ambassador to be. Clearly, she's in unique company.
Arenas observes that when a celebrity like Clark is involved, people pay close attention to everything they do. That gives the impression that everything is being scrutinized whenever other players behave badly, especially when it comes to Clark. And let's be honest, under such close observation, anyone could experience anxiety. But this is when the interesting part starts. Arenas is not only talking about jealousy, he suggests that some athletes might be showing their true colors, and they're not pretty. He is implying that there is a broader structural problem affecting the WNBA as a whole. What the hey, one may wonder. Isn't it only a small portion of players who are becoming irritated? Completely untrue. Here, there's more at risk than just feelings. We are talking about the future of the WNBA here. Think about it. What impact does player conduct have on fan involvement, especially when it comes to the league's newest star player? How does it affect the probability that people will buy stuff, go to games, or buy tickets? Let's get back to the subject of merchandise and those Clark basketballs. Remember, they vanished in an instant. They might now be available on the secondary market. In addition, same $24.95 balls are now fetching up to $200. That's not just demand, that's outright insanity. What potential advantages does this present for the WNBA? I feel like we are watching the beginning of a perfect storm. Not only is this young talent excelling on the field, but he's also making tons of money off it. A number of well-known players might be beginning to sense the heat. Then there are the onlookers, who are absorbing everything and picking a team to support, and possibly even throw some money at. The issue of who the best player is fading away. What counts is having the capacity to enthrall the public, spark passion, and inspire people to want to play for the WNBA. Right now, Clark is really winning that specific game. But what does this mean for the WNBA? That's the question of a lifetime. On the one hand, your passion for the league is unmatched. Women's basketball has seen a surge in interest, revenue, and new supporters as a result of Clark.